Hey guys, Tarke here. Definitely not reading this for the second time because I was muted the first time I recorded this. This is my first reaction up to like the third paragraph. What we're working on, Legion Week 2. We're now in the second week of Legion and we're still really pleased to see how much people are enjoying the new content. Agreed, loving the league, absolutely adoring it. We want to keep you in the loop about what we're working on and what to expect this week, so we've prepared a news post that addresses some community concerns and outlines our updates coming later this week. We currently have a patch scheduled for Thursday, which is Wednesday EU time, so less than 48 hours because today is Tuesday morning. That should include our next batch of improvements and bug fixes. These are still subject to change as we continue development and testing, but below are some of the high priority issues we expect to address in this update. Hopefully this patch doesn't do what the last two patches do and break the game. Legion monsters cannot be frozen and corpses cannot be destroyed once slain. This will be really nice. Players not getting fortify if they shield charge with the wand. Doesn't affect me, but pretty fucking nice. Bladestorm's initial hit doesn't actually hit. I really want to play a big two-hand Bladestorm build, so I want them to fix that and then I'll play that build. Adding Orb of Horizons to the currency stash tabs, yes please. Also just give us more slots in general. More client crash fixes, great. Rebalancing audio for some skills that are too loud, yes please. I know there's some big offenders, but lightning trap maybe. Item filter alerts are too quiet, sure. If you believe you're experiencing a bug, please report it in the bug reports forum as much relevant detail as possible. So like the accuracy bugs I've told GGG about. If you have any weird stuff you've encountered, let them know. Other issues. The following issues will ideally go into this week's patch, but may end up in a later patch. Oof. Increasing visibility of the Legion reward symbols. Yes. Nice. Improving signal. Ooh. It'd be really... because a lot of times you miss it, even if you're doing the full loop. I think that, you know how you have the tendrils pointing you towards a monolith? They just had the tendrils like snaking out towards generals when there were generals, or like a voice line. Like if they just did a yell or something, that would work. Since they're already fully voice acted, so yeah, just putting one of those voice lines in would do the job. Flame dash is double casting, yeah, that's really annoying. Performance problems associated with water, I've encountered that. More client crash, cool. If you don't see an issue that pertains to you listed in this post, don't fret. The post only includes highlight most frequent talked about. Ooh, talk about the API, nice. Our official trade website has been slow and occasionally unresponsive since the Legion's launch. This is partially due to an unusually high number of Pathexor players on the server. I mean, this is only going to get worse with every single patch, so it's not that unusual. We've added more servers to deal with this part of the issue. There's also a bottleneck in the website's traffic, which when uncovered also revealed another issue with an essential service related to the website. We've band-aid fixed these for now, and we're working on better solutions to enable the site to handle this kind of workload in the future. Interesting. Server issues. We're investigating reports of server and connectivity issues. We're working to resolve two confirmed issues: degrader servants' performance affecting the Japan and Singapore gateways, and another widespread issue that's causing unexpected disconnects during peak time. We're working to solve both of these urgently. There are several other reports we're investigating, including connectivity issues between users and several of the EU gateways. Personally, I haven't been running into these issues. A lot of my friends in my private league have been like really struggling with these though, so I'm glad this is being fixed for those guys. I haven't really had that many issues. I've had one crash in like the last 3 or 4 days. Was during a emblem fight, which was very frustrating because I lost time because of it. But, oh well. It is somewhat tricky to definitively say what is and isn't a server issue, as many things can seem like server issues when their root causes are elsewhere. Shit PCs. They're basically saying shit PCs. We're investigating all reports and will work as quickly as possible to resolve this and confirm that we're within our control. Also to work on improving any remaining instance client crashes. Please share your stats. On-kill effects. Right, this is big. We're aware that many players are feeling frustrated that some on-kill mechanics don't currently interact nicely, by that they mean not at all, with the Legion, including the explosions from Gladiator Ascendancy in addition to a few other Ascendancy skills. We are beginning the process of enabling ones that can be enabled. Really odd wording. I'm guessing they're causing like client crashes, or like they're too intensive with the amount of enemies. Maybe that's what the issue is. And we'll make a list of those that can't be enabled due to technical... Yeah. It's because there are so many enemies that it's like something's going wrong and the game's just like breaking with certain ones. Okay. This is quite a complex development process, so we don't have any specifics to report just yet, but we'll keep you updated as the work continues on these. I 100% expect the Legion to go core. I 100% expect this to eventually be fixed. I probably don't expect this to be fixed until like the last month of the league, sadly. No mention of the accuracy bug that I was talking about, which is a shame. But generally, all seems pretty positive. They've addressed quite a lot of the issues. I'm sure Reddit feels a certain way about it. Should we delve into the cesspool? Just see the top 3 comments. Like saying my damage feels so bad. Yeah. Glad it's getting attention. More like all except contagion. Any news on Flickstrike with Monster not working? I'll see what I can do about this. I've located the issues pertaining to both these issues. Flickstrike occasionally removing too many frenzy charges and a crash related to Flickstrike and multi-strike. I don't have an ETA, but we're sure the team know there are many. Swords by Ancestral Core seems to be causing a lot of crashes in general, so I would avoid it if you can. Me and my few others are noticing Widows being frozen for way too long with cold damage. Leaps down double cast. Accuracy issues, yes, big accuracy issues. Had this on my early hit character. Seems we can further be able to narrow down issue this. Yeah, that's good. Please report the bugs. Rip Loud Salami, though, you'll be missed. I'm told it sounds quite satisfying, but you know, the judge. Nice, making leaps sound a bit quieter. Engineers Orb with binding Harvey. Yeah. Yeah. Leech fix. There's weird stuff happening with Leech. There's definitely weird stuff happening with Leech. Yeah, they haven't mentioned the Shaper teleport, which is quite a big deal. And it's pretty sad that 2 weeks in and there's no concrete answer on what on-kill effects from ascendancies will work. I mean, they've just said they're going to try and get them to work. Like, did you not read the post? Seriously, who tested this shit? I mean, let's take Gladiator, for example. An example they also give in the post, you moron. That was one of the reworked ones this league. One would think it would get ample playtesting because of this, yet somehow the league goes live 2 weeks in with no ET... Oh, for fuck. Like, they explicitly mention it and explain why it isn't. If your build currently doesn't work, it doesn't work, and GGG is trying to fix it. They're not like, hey, you know what'd be really funny? Let's just, like, fuck over all the gladiators. They're not just saying, who do we feel like fucking over today? I know, let's disable this skill. Like, they don't want their game to have bugs. They don't want their game to have stuff which doesn't work. They're actively trying to fix it. They address exactly what you're referencing. Yeah, I don't understand. You could argue that Blood and Sand was the poster child of the recent patch, and yet literally none of the Ascendancy works. Now they're saying Bladestorm doesn't even hit. It's kind of a joke. Oh, I don't like people. This is the part where I talk up GG for making this post say how great they are, and cite the fact that some of the shit has been prepped for several leagues and the rest of it should have been handled for launch because it's not like they were hard to think of or find interactions. Please consider going back to 4-month dev cycles or taking a league off to reallocate whatever you need. This will never happen. They make all their money in 3-month cycles. If they did 4-month cycles, people would be bored shitless. The only thing they could do, which I would be in favor of them doing, and I don't know why this isn't suggested more often, is stick to a 3-month schedule, but have one league of every year that's dictated to be like the legacy league, or it's like every year we'll have one basic league, and that's the catch-up league. That's something they could maybe realistically do, but they wouldn't do because it's GGG and they have crazy ambition. They're never going to a 4-month dev cycle. Like, that's just never going to happen because they will lose so much fucking money. And the players would be bored. Any word when getting new console loot filters? Oh, that's cool for console players. Do they even know Do they even know that the Reef map boss and the boss during the story is bugged and permanently in shield mode? This is kind of disappointing. There are a lot of good things in here, but when it comes to server issues, only 2 are mentioned by name, despite tons of people having issues, particularly during primetime hours. I'm sick of submitting reports and other shit when the issue is on your end or on your server's end, and we have to suffer through it each league. And during leagues like this, it's so obnoxiously bad, yet it isn't even identified as a problem in posts like this, despite it being posted about numerous times a day at the top of the subreddit. Well, oh, one more. Alright, after this, we're done with Reddit. Right. I might be downvoted for this, but I'm not the type that gets softened with a PR move or a post saying that we're already now. Wait, what? Or a post saying that we already... Oh, no. So here it goes. It's all a shame. Look at what they're making Bex go through, keeping her in the dark, as well as all of us. There is so much more to fix than this. I hope one day Bex gets to turn on the lights. Don't they play their own game? There are issues in so many levels, and so many people talking about it, recording it, and reporting it. If as players, we are very much aware of everything, how can the devs and everyone involved in the problems not take it up and at least diagnose it properly and then fix it? Maybe it's because the whole thing has so many bandages, but the time is short and money is on the table, so it must keep going regardless. This is the golden formula that was acclaimed in GDC, a train that must keep moving and never stop so it can be properly fixed until it derails. Look at your goddamn website. Open it on mobile. It is shit on mobile. It is shit on mobile. Open it on mobile and try to read anything in that gem information post. The folks here on Reddit did a better job organizing them, by the way, for free. Try to buy a couple of serrated fossils. It doesn't matter how much you can pay, you'll be fatigued in no time. There are performance issues, balance issues, netcode and server issues, and the list goes on and on. I've dropped Betrayal, skipped Synthesis because of a combination of many of these issues, and now it's all combined in Legion. It's like you're pressing the same button and hoping it works every league. A lot happened in the weekend, yes. People have to rest, okay. You arrive at work and see everything is on fire, or not. Maybe there was a happy hour with balloons and all celebrating the new player peak, while the other room is on fire. It's more important to actually put it out than ask someone to tell us you're gonna do it. You might not like what you read if you read this. I feel like there should be an even. Hang on. You might not like what you read if you even read this. But I've put some money in this game because for a long time I believed something different was happening here. I'm being vocal and angry, like Chris asked on Bay Class, by the way, while many others don't even bother and are probably playing something else, spending on something else. Don't wait for what happened to Blizzard happens to you. You know what has to be fixed, and you can do it. Thank you, Jugmifs, for that inspiring post. And, yeah. I think on that, we should probably just finish up. Good to know they're working on it. And hope you're all enjoying Legion. And if not, I hope you're all enjoying playing something else and spending money on something else. I'm Tarke. Have a good day. Bye-bye.